Hey guys, this is Ryan from AMS. Welcome to Rockville here in Daytona Beach, Florida. Let's take a look at who we bumped into today.
I think your baseline's high.
Yeah, functionally high.
Functionally high.
Yeah. All right. So who did we have in today? Who did you get to see?
We have had Stone Temple Pilots, Tim
Nice.
Montana, Wolfgang Van Halen. Matt and I just saw the Foos outside. That was cool.
Nice.
Baroness was just here.
Awesome.
And then Cypress Hills later. And
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
some other, I don't know.
I know the
It's a bit of a
Cypress
blur,
guys.
to be honest with you.
Yeah, it turns into a blur.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
By the way, I was hoping to see Stone Temple Pilots. Those two guys are from my hometown. So
Oh, no
Point
way.
Pleasant Beach.
No, they're from. They were born in Montclair.
All right, so
But
there-
you're right. They grew up in.
No,
Point
but
Pleasant.
you know, I saw him play in Montclair at the Wellmont.
Yeah.
A while back with Chester actually singing.
Oh yeah.
Which was there's a long history there. Because
We
do
love
you remember a radio station on Jersey Shore, HTG? It was 106.3.
Sure.
So when I worked there, Dean drove up in a delivery van, and he had Core in a long box with the plastic still around it.
Oh,
and
no
he,
kidding.
And he pulled up. He goes, "Matt, you remember me from the scene down there?" I'm like, "Yeah, Dean. What are you even up to?" "Yeah, I moved to San Diego, and me and my brother Robert started a band." He goes, "I got the CD, man. Can you play it?" And literally, he walked into the radio station in Tinton Falls, New Jersey.
Right.
And I pulled it out and just broke it open. I was a program director, so I had, I obviously had the freedom to make those choices, and played Sex Type Thing and Wicked Garden and
Had you
Plush.
heard it prior to that, or was it like I'm just gonna
No,
give it a shot?
I literally just put it on the
But
air.
you lucked out. I mean, because that album's amazing. So
Yeah,
it's not
it
like
is.
I was like, oh man, I have some explaining
Well,
to do.
and the
Yeah,
funny thing
it was,
was,
good.
is there anything I can say about like anybody involved with it that's like, he goes, well, there's this guy, Brendan O'Brien, this new guy who's like engineer Blood Sugar Sex Magic.
Oh,
And
right.
then, of course, Brendan became the big producer of Rage, Pearl Jam.
Yeah, he was like the Andrew Watt of his time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then Springsteen and many others. So, so that was it. And you know what? This says a lot about Dean's character. A year later, they were so big with Plush, had the hits, and he still came back to that little radio station in New Jersey.
Oh, nice.
On that
See,
one
but that's a
came back.
Jersey thing. You never forget
Yeah.
where you're from.
Yeah.
Now, what part of New Jersey are you from? Because your accent sounds like Southern.
the Canadian part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Canadian part of New Jersey.
Oh, nice.
The west coast of Canada.
The West Coast. So, like Vancouver.
Yes, Vancouver.
Awesome. I
Yeah,
love it up
suburb
there.
outside of Vancouver, but yeah.
It sounded like New Jersey. I apologize.
Hey, I mean,
It's from
I've
hanging out
never
with you
got
guys
that. I've
who
never
live
got
there.
That's probably
that
what it-
before.
She got
That's
from us.
That's a new one.
I just wanted to
She
include
loves
you.
Jim
I felt
Tam
bad.
laundry.
Sorry. All this Jersey going on. Speaking of, why does Bruce talk like that? Have you ever met anyone from New Jersey that talks like Bruce Springsteen?
Like he's taking it at all times.
Well, like that, yeah.
I love Bruce Springsteen. So
Well, he's amazing. He's a legend.
Yeah,
We're not
yeah,
knocking
I don't
Bruce,
know him.
but
Yeah.
I've never. I'm from New Jersey. I've never in my life heard
Yeah.
anyone really talk like.
I
that.
wouldn't think that he was like even
Squeezing
from
one
there.
out.
I would never assume.
Yeah,
I
and
would
he's the
never
man.
assume-
I'm not knocking. I'm thrown. I haven't.
We
heard
all love some Bruce Springsteen.
Well, who doesn't? He's the king.
Yeah, I mean, and he's been not only is he an incredible performer, and that's why some people are like, "Dude, Bruce, you gotta stop playing those 3-hour sets because you're making us all look bad." You know what
Think
I mean? They
about
used to
it.
say it because he puts so much into his live shows. No, he was great, and he was very, very kind to me early on. You know. And, when I went to work at MTV, I had no idea I'd end up on the radio again or on TV when I left HTG, and he called the bosses at MTV, which I wasn't aware of until they told me that he had called to tell them to keep an eye out for me and look out for me, which was
Really?
a very kind thing to do.
See, but you remember that too.
Yeah.
It's good to have a long memory and remember who had your back when you needed it.
Yeah.
Makes a difference.
So I appreciate it. So, yeah, he'll always mean the world. I waited 7 years to thank him, too. When I was working at Columbia Records, he brought in The Rising, and he played it for all the executives, and then people were like kind of shuffled by him, and I said, "Bruce, I want to thank you so much for 7 years ago calling my bosses at MTV." He goes, "Oh, man, no problem, man. Of course, man." He goes, "What do you think of the album?" Because he
went
was
right
like
into
right
it,
to
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
He really, it was a really kind of, just, it was great. But, I love the fact that I get to work with these two because they're both amazing. I mean,
We're like the little Steven and Nils Lofgren.
Which one are who's who?
I'm little Steven. She's Nils.
I
Yeah.
don't even know who we're talking about because
She
I was
doesn't-
born in the 90s.
Yeah, so-
She's never been to East Street. She's never been down
Yeah.
there.
Oh, being born in the night. That's not an excuse.
Yeah.
You're
No,
supposed
it's
to
an
know.
excuse
I knew
when-
who Beethoven was. but
You
yeah.
know, the thing about us is all three of us, our music taste is completely opposite
As it should
That's
be.
true.
Yeah.
of one another.
Okay.
Like, I listen to all the new stuff and all the super new metal.
Right.
So Korn, Deftones, System of a Down, all that stuff. Of course, they know about them,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
and
not
that was
like I know about them. And
No.
then the punk scene is all Josh.
Okay.
Misfits and all of that, he knows everything there is to know about them.
Jersey.
And then Matt is just an encyclopedia for everything.
You ever stump him?
Everything. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But she does
I
know
got
a lot
you-
of
I got
things.
you
She's turned me
Rizzi.
on to some bands, so she definitely has, because that's the thing I love about her. It's like, and I'm never, people will say you're a music encyclopedia. It's a beautiful compliment, but nobody knows everything. So there's always something to
For sure.
learn.
Yeah, yeah.
Always.
And it's why it's so great with Caity. Always like into new bands and finding new stuff. She'll turn me on to some stuff. Josh will turn me on to some stuff. It's fun. I mean, that's what I love about it.
We're all fans at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, that's
I'm
the
sure that's
beauty
why
of
we're
it.
all here, right? So-
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We were talking
Yeah.
about that before. We have a booth and we have people coming up and playing guitar and kind of living their dream of being a shredder. And it
Oh,
was one of
cool.
the, but it's awesome. You see how nervous they are, and then like 12 seconds in, it's like you have to like tear them off the stage. They don't
Oh,
want to
yeah.
leave. And that's the beauty of it. I mean, anytime you can get someone come in and pick up a guitar for the first time or get in front of somebody, they usually get bitten by the bug. It's hard not to be a fan.
Well, I love what you guys, big fan of what happens at the music experience. And there's like an intimidation factor that exists in most guitar stores, right? Like, don't play Stairway to Heaven, right? Don't turn on. But when you're at a festival
Yeah.
and you can't turn to 11 and no one's going to stop you, it's really, and you feel that wind coming in from that air moving from the amp.
Mm-hmm.
It's the best feeling in the world.
It is, unless you're standing next to it for 9 hours. Then it's hell on earth.
Yeah.
It's
Just so
like
you're
waking up
aware,
hungover at NAMM. It's not wonderful. It's not great, but we survive.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what? One time at the NAMM show, besides a year of working there, but I remember after I got hit by the car and I was on a walker, not fun to try to get to the NAMM show. There's so much walking involved in that place. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
you get your steps in.
50%
Yeah.
of the people at NAMM are in walkers or in
Yes.
acid wash jeans. So
yes,
it's
I
okay.
I forgot the acid wash jeans, but I definitely
Lot
had to
or
walk
stone
her.
wash. I'm not
I had
sure.
it down.
They're washed.
Yeah.
But I do love the thing that you do with instruments. I think any way to put instruments in people's hands at any age
Agreed.
is really a beautiful thing, especially something as expressive as guitars, bass, drums, even keyboards in a big way. Whatever that is, you
I
know,
agree.
as long as it's real and it's something that can people can express their energy and emotion through.
We have to make
yeah.
we have to make the next we have to plant the acorns of the future of this business.
Well, that's
Yeah.
the beauty of it. Every time someone, like, we notice it at AMS, and like when someone will say rock is dead and no one's playing guitar anymore, it's like, I love when they say that because
Yeah.
there's always a spike. It just seems like someone wants to prove it wrong. I mean,
Yeah.
it's as strong as ever. It's just that the problem is there's so many of those guitars and everything out there.
There'll
It's hard
always
to do.
be-
I would make
yeah.
beats if I didn't, you know what I mean? Playing guitar is hard, and there's other things you could do that are easy. As long as you get into music, who cares?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, it's all expression, and that's the point. And so to see all these people out here getting excited and being in the sun, and it's disgusting out, and it's like they don't care, they love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
exactly.
It's great.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
we love
Thanks,
Jersey and obviously AMS
And Canada.
is our preferred online way to get all musical gear, and we've done so many great
great.
guitar giveaways with you guys. And stay tuned because we're making something this weekend with a certain Dave Grohl signature.
A certain Dave Grohl?
A certain Dave Grohl.
Ooh.
I think he's in a couple of bands, but we
The
love
name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's been around.
Yeah, I
Right?
think he's a famous brother or something. But we're getting everyone here to sign guitars backstage, and pretty soon we'll be teaming up with American Musical Supply to give that to one lucky fan.
I'll tell you what, man, even
It's
finding
me.
one unsigned, did you get to play with it? Dan?
I'm going to be the fan who wins it.
All right. Fantastic.
By the
Someone-
way, that
someone-
guitar
Fixes in,
is signed by
baby.
Katie Babs.
Even
Okay,
better.
never mind. I lied.
Oh, come on. I wanted to sign it, and
Yeah.
they dragged me away. That
they
is
broke your
impossible
Sharpie?
to get in stock, by the way. That guitar, I don't know how many we sold in the first couple weeks.
Oh, I didn't realize.
everybody, yeah.
There's actually no
Crazy.
guitar being signed. There's nothing to see
sorry.
here.
It's going to
and
Reverb.
it'll be on eBay.
Scratch
on
all of it.
Power Hour 69
Yeah.
on eBay.
Nothing happened, yeah.
Come check us out.
Yeah. Nice.
Never happened.
Well, we'll keep our eyes peeled for that. Do you know when that's going to happen? Can we tease that, or are we not allowed to talk about it? It's up to Josh. I
We'll
guess.
probably have to figure out
over the summer.
probably over the summer.
Oh,
yeah.
that far away.
Coming soon.
Hey, it's AmericanMusical.com. I'm Matt Pinfield.
I'm Josh Bernstein.
And I'm Caity Babs.
And what about this incredible Dave Grohl signature guitar that we are giving away that's been signed by a lot of people? Welcome to Rockville.
We've been here in Daytona all weekend long. Welcome to Rockville. So many stars have signed this, including
Bob Denver, Ambi Davis.
It's incredible. Wilma Flintstone signed this guitar.
Britney Spears and Taylor Swift are on this guitar.
Andre the Giant.
Okay, but in all seriousness, some really cool people have signed this.
Wolfgang Van Halen.
Wolfgang Van Halen, Chad Gray of Mudvayne.
I see a little New Year's Day on here. I saw
Dave Grohl,
the
you might
girls
have heard
from
him. of
Caity, so many others. One lucky fan is going to get a chance to win this. Matt, who might that be?
I don't know, because I haven't, of course,
It could be
been
Caity
disqualified for being one of the hosts of this commercial.
You are disqualified. Well, head over to AmericanMusical.com. Enter now, and this could be all yours.
They're keeping me out of it.
Thanks for tuning in. For more content like this, be sure to check us out at AmericanMusical.com.